Welcome to Season 4 of the Three Moons, Three Souls podcast with host Jacqueline Burke, a sacred space where women gather to share their stories, wisdom, experiences, and spiritual journeys. Each episode is a heartfelt conversation honoring the voices of women from all walks of life, healers, intuitives, teachers, creatives, and soul seekers, as they speak openly about transformation, empowerment, healing, intuition, and the path that has shaped who they are today. Inspired by the energy of the triple goddess, this podcast was created to uplift, connect, and remind us of the strength and wisdom carried within every woman's soul. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Now settle in, open your heart, and enjoy today's conversation on the Three Moons, Three Souls podcast. Our special guest today is Mary Paulette. We invite you to listen to our conversation.
Welcome to the podcast, Mary. How are you today?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Oh, good. Thank you. It's nice to have you join us.
Thank
I've,
you. I'm really
yeah,
excited.
we've had to wait a little bit, but we got you on. So
Yeah, yeah,
that's great.
yeah.
So listen, I ask all our new ladies who join us this special question. I find it's very special because it's important that we jump into who we were as a child.
Mm.
So what did you want to be when you were a little girl?
Oh my gosh, I wanted to be a judge.
Oh, did you?
I did. I did. Yep.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a judge. And now looking back, I can understand why. To bring structure and order into my life,
Yeah.
into how I grew up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to be a judge for the longest time, a judge and a lawyer.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you kind of went in a totally different direction.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And my
Yes.
background's in law enforcement as well, right? So
Yeah.
I'm an
Hmm.
ex-police officer and I work in
Nice.
regulatory compliance. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's very interesting. I have two sides to me.
Yeah.
So
Right on. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm a Gemini, so that happens to me too. But
Oh yeah, totally.
yeah.
So you get it. Yeah.
So please let our listeners know what you are doing today.
Absolutely. So I'm an animal communicator and I communicate with animals that are living in past. I communicate with people as well. But primarily I work with animals. It just is something that is so automatic. It doesn't happen outside of me or externally.
Yeah.
And when I work with people, it's more, something I feel externally. So when I work with animals, I mean, it can be anything. It could be training, it could be end of life, lost pets, senior pets, how are they doing, health conditions, food allergies, you name
Oh,
it,
great.
right? Pack dynamics, harmony in the household, helping people pick their newest addition to the
Yeah.
family. And yeah, I work with clients all over the world, so it's pretty amazing.
Oh,
I love
right
it.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you get involved in doing all of that?
Well, yeah, so this is where my law enforcement comes into
Okay.
play. So, probably my youngest memory was when I was about 3 or 4 years old, I would say. Our family dog, Brandy, my brother was taking him
Oh,
out to go for a walk.
that was my dog's name,
Oh, no
Brandy.
way. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was what do you call like a red golden retriever.
Okay.
And so I remember my mom rocking me on a leather orange chair. And I still remember the shirt she was wearing. It was purple. And I remember looking across the living room at the front door and I was saying, "Oh my gosh, Brandy's gonna die." And
Oh,
they just thought, I was like maybe 3 or 4 because I was still going for a nap.
yeah.
And so I just remember having a complete meltdown. And then my brother came back and told us that Brandy had gotten hit by a car
Oh,
while
oh,
they were out on a walk. So that was my
oh,
earliest memory. And then from there, it was just something that was part of me, but I didn't understand what it was,
yeah,
right? And I think that's where it plays into I had so much trauma and chaos in my household growing up and just in my life. I didn't have any
yeah,
clear direction, so that's where, law enforcement comes in, right?
right. Yeah,
So from there, it really started. I had always had the gift, But when I was policing, I found it really hard to fit into that box without being seen as a person anymore because I was just being seen as a uniform. And then obviously there was, I mean, I have tremendous respect for police officers today. So
Yeah,
I have no, it's just not, it's not where I want to be in terms of my
right,
own self-expression.
right.
So from there, yeah, that just kind of started my journey and really started listening to like what's going on inside because I would know things before they started happening and I would know kind of which way a call was going to go.
Yeah,
And then I would just have flashes and stuff like that. And it was really overwhelming because I didn't know what to do with it, right?
right.
Yeah, yeah.
How did
So
you
then, yeah.
express that to your fellow coworkers? I mean, how did they take all of that?
Oh gosh, no, 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 no,
No.
nope, nope,
Yeah.
nope, nope,
No.
nope, nope.
Yeah.
No, there was no part of that Mary Paulette, right?
Yeah.
There was no part that came out.
Yeah.
So that was something that I had to deal with in, hiding, so to speak. And I just
Hmm.
got really tired of it. And the way I saw my life going, because I grew up in Ontario, I was like, I need to leave. I need to leave. So if I want to make something of my life and if I want to get away from, family dynamics, etc., I need to leave this province altogether and start off
Yeah.
brand new, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I got out here to Alberta. So yeah.
So what part of Ontario were you located in?
Grew up in Newmarket and then was a
Okay.
police officer in Peel Region and then
Oh,
lived downtown for as soon as I could move out, I was gone, right?
yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, yeah. That's
yeah.
we lived out in Ontario as well, and yeah, you can't beat the West. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
no, 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 exactly.
It's a
Where were you in
whole different.
Ontario?
We were in Northern Ontario, so we were in Sudbury.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Um, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
but and then we went to Alberta, and now we're in BC. But I find it's just a totally different walk of life,
it is
from
black and
out
white.
east to here. So when you were a police officer, did you work with animals? Like, how they have their dogs or anything?
No, no, no.
No,
I didn't do anything like that. No,
no.
no. I didn't start working with animals so if I kind of fast forward a little bit from there, I got into the federal government. So,
Okay.
and in order to move forward in my career there, I needed to learn how to speak French. So my
Yeah.
instructor at the time, she was an animal communicator, which I didn't
Oh,
know.
really?
Right.
Oh,
So
neat.
then you're working together with somebody like one-on-one like this for 2 years, learning how to
Yeah.
speak French. So you become really close. So I found out that she was an animal communicator and she was getting her certification from a lady down in the US. And so we used to play around with our gifts because I was like, oh my gosh, I can finally
Yeah.
be seen. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it was from there because I always knew that it was in my hands.
Right.
Right. So for me, when I read energy, it's almost like I'm reading music. If you can imagine like
Yeah.
the bars of music going across. So
Yeah.
I read the frequency with my hands. And so I just started looking into energy healing modalities that were with my hands because I
Okay.
didn't
Yeah.
know where I was going to fit. Right.
Right.
And then I was doing the emotion code, and
Okay.
I needed to do animals and people as part of my practicum. And when I did the animals, I was like, "Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
what is happening?" Like it's right inside of me. And so from there, that's when I started working with animals. So yeah, it's been 10
Oh,
years.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Isn't it funny, like who crosses your path at the right times?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also to, really because I was so afraid of my gifts, right?
Yeah.
Because they're really strong. And also too, I don't fit into like the regular mold. So a part of what I was going through was, am I a tarot reader? Do I work with fairies? Am I in Akashic records? Or like what
Right.
is it? Where do I fit? And I didn't fit into
Yeah.
anything. So then that's when I said to universe, okay, can you make me an expert in whatever's in my highest good and whatever's in the highest good of others as well, and how I
Yeah.
can serve. And that's how it came through. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's very cool. Yeah, you
yeah,
know
I
what?
love
It's
it.
funny when you do put it out there in the universe, it's funny what comes back to you and
Yeah,
how.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like it's funny because you
Absolutely.
mentioned music and I'm a Reiki master myself and I also
Oh,
write
nice.
music and I do a lot of
Yeah.
different things along those lines. So I totally get the vibration.
Yep.
Like it's when you just have to listen to what the universe is sending you and it works.
It absolutely does. And you have to
Yeah.
remember to ask for it too, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It's like, when you feel like you need to give up or
Yeah.
because you're just not getting the answers, when you say, okay, show me the way, like there has to be, universe, please let me know which
Yep.
direction, give me a sign. And
Yep.
when you're that vulnerable is when great
Yes.
things happen, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
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 I mean,
Because you're
people
ready
can,
and you're open and you're
yeah,
not asking to be rescued. I think that's the thing that gets mixed up sometimes, in social media,
yeah,
when the conversation comes up about manifesting. And it's not just, oh, universe will take care of it. No, it's
right.
not that at all. It's you still have to put the action towards it.
Oh, yeah,
And when you put action towards it, universe reciprocates that. Right? So,
absolutely.
and sometimes, I'm sure you find it for yourself, but even for myself, I find myself sometimes in a fog, right? And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh
Hmm.
my gosh, I can't see the other side. Like, what does this look like?
Yeah.
And actually, if you don't mind me sharing a story, so I went
Yeah,
to
sure.
Nepal in
Oh, nice.
October. Yeah, it was
Oh my
amazing.
gosh.
It was
Oh,
amazing. So I did the Everest Base Camp trek.
oh,
And
how cool was
before
that?
I left, I sat with my friends in my backyard and I kept on drawing this W, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I see myself here. I don't see myself here. I see
Yeah,
myself here, and I don't see myself here. I'm
right.
like, I can't see my life after I get back from Nepal. I can't see the end of my trip. And
Okay.
it scared me, but now
Right.
I understand why. Because I went through so many evolutions being in the Himalayas and just a few things that
Oh,
happened to me as well. That's why, because who I was, let's just say September 15th,
right.
was a completely different version of myself that returned from Nepal November 8th, right?
Wow. Yeah.
So yeah, completely different. So, and those moments can sometimes be scary too,
Oh,
right?
yeah, absolutely. I mean,
hmm
did you go climbing? Did you see any caves?
No, so I just did the base
Okay.
camp trek. Yeah,
Yep. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I often wondered what that would be like you're at complete peace, you know.
Oh yeah,
Like
and it's a complete surrender.
yeah, and that's when you get your complete peace. Like, you know what I mean? Like it
hmm
works. So it's just amazing how that works. Like I can't even put words to it because it's until like yourself until you've experienced it,
Yep,
you know.
yep,
So
yep,
how and you
absolutely.
came back from that and your whole life must have just changed.
Oh, dramatically, dramatically. Like since then, I'll call it kind of like Um, I don't know, it's been a rough go. It's been a little bit of a rough go for
Okay.
me. But at the same time, I know and I trust that universe has a plan for me, right? These things
Yeah,
aren't happening to punish me or to show me that something like an opportunity down the line isn't available. It's not
right.
that at all. It's like, holy crap, what's coming in? If this is happening here, then whatever's coming in has got to be big because it's
Yeah,
got to clear space,
right.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh God, I can already tell we're gonna have to do a part two on all of
Oh my
this.
God, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Okay, so now can you tell us about who you are today and
Yeah.
more about what you're doing, like as far as with your all your abilities and how you're working with animals? Like, how did that start for you?
Yeah. So, so when I was doing, I'll kind of like start from the beginning. So when I was doing the energy healing modality, the emotion code, when I was
Yeah,
getting my certification for that, like I was saying, part of it was I had to work with animals. So from there, animals just started coming through. So my first
yeah,
My first client was a cat named Pancake who was lost, who I helped
Aw.
find.
Oh
And
no.
then, sorry, that was my second client. My first client, I had to tell them that their dog was ready to transition.
Aw.
And so coming into this, and at the time I was afraid of death, right?
Right.
Like death made me panic. And I thought to myself, because this is also 10 years ago, oh my gosh, if my first client, my first paying client is a client that I have to tell their pet needs to transition, I don't know if I want to do this work, right? Because I don't
Right.
want to hurt
Yeah.
people. And
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, that was a little bit tough to get around, but
Yeah.
it actually showed me I really do attract a lot of end of life and a lot of people that are grieving and pets that have passed. And that is 100% my passion. So now that drives me, that motivates me, that lights me up inside
Yeah.
because it's about helping people heal,
Yes. Oh
right? And
yeah.
it's about giving people a space where they can be seen in that
Yeah.
and feel safe. Right?
Yeah.
Because we have to hide so many things in life. And I have a lot of clients, and men especially, who feel like they feel shame and embarrassment because they're in their mind, and people can't see this, but in air quotes, still
Yes. Yeah.
grieving their animal 1, 2, 3 years down the road. And I
Oh
put
yeah.
still in quotation marks because there is no, that the grieving doesn't stop.
No.
And so, but the way it gets portrayed is that, oh, you're still grieving after a year, like still,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
wouldn't say that about somebody if their mother passed. You wouldn't be like
Yeah.
10 years down the road, you're still missing your mom, you know?
Yeah. Right.
It's no different. And our
Yeah.
animals are so they're a part of us, right?
Oh
And I
yeah.
do believe that there is kind of like DNA, right? Because I
Yep.
have worked with a lot of clients who have almost the same DNA, it feels like, as their animals that have passed, right? So
Yeah.
it's
Oh
very,
yeah.
yeah.
I
So
totally get that. I'm like, my husband calls me the animal whisperer, because it's not just a dog or a cat. I'll be walking down the street and they just kind of like, it's like Dr. Doolittle,
you,
you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
That's the example that I
I've
give to
got,
people.
can you see Miss Kitty sitting here?
Yes, I know.
Yeah, she just like has to be near me like all day long. But
Yeah.
um yeah, but with animals, like I totally get that because I still carry on my screensaver a picture of my husky that passed away like 9 years ago. You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
I always say
Hmm.
to people though that when we're grieving, we will never stop grieving. It just kind of changes over time how we grieve.
It does.
Like
Yeah,
we start remembering funny things and we start, you know what I mean? And knowing it's okay to laugh when we remember somebody, or like it's okay to
exactly.
remember those fun times with our pets, or, like
Yeah,
it's human nature, you know.
yeah,
So, I mean,
yeah.
when people, yeah, they grieve differently, and some are just, set in their ways that they
Hmm.
think that they just have to move on and let the strength kick in, but that's okay too. That's part
Yeah.
of their grieving.
Yep.
But at the same time, we all do it differently to get to the same result.
Exactly, right? And
Hmm.
so one of the best books that I've read is The 12 Stages of Healing,
Yeah,
or The 12 Stages of Grieving, I think it is. It's a purple
yeah,
book anyway, but it really helps people understand what the whole process of grief is because there's 12 different stages and you can
yeah,
jump from, stage 11 to stage 1 and stage 8 to stage 3 and you're
yeah,
kind of all over the map. So,
yeah,
yeah, I think grieving um is who is or has made me who I am today, right? When you
yeah,
ask me like who am I today? Today I'm somebody who I love to inspire others, right? I
right,
really love to help people see what's possible in
yeah,
a way that doesn't shove it in their face. Do you know what I
right,
mean? We have
yeah,
so much of that on social media, and it's like you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have everything lined up to start. You don't need all of it. Just it's messy. Starting anything is messy, right?
oh yeah,
So, and it's like the beauty is living in that mess,
Yeah.
right? But we're so sanitized with everything that we see. And so most people just see the end product, but they don't see the steps that go into starting things, right? So
Right.
I think for me, the evolution has just been a lot of therapy, a lot of therapy.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep, lots of therapy.
That's good.
And about like 10 years ago, I probably did, gosh, 3 years just to work through like childhood trauma and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And yeah, so now today is just giving space to let people be them, right? Without
Yeah.
having to worry about hiding who they are. I don't want to hide who
Right.
I am anymore. That's why I moved away from
No.
my family.
Yeah.
Right? I was
No, I
tired of
totally
having to
agree.
not be myself, right? To be somebody
Yeah.
else, to fit in, to have people tell me how I should live my life. And I'm like, hey, last time I checked, I'm 46 years old. I don't need anyone to tell me how to live my life. Thanks.
Right.
Bye.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
family or not.
Yeah. Right. Oh, I know.
Uh,
Like it's funny. You know, family, they think they're doing a service and telling you what to do, but at the end
yeah,
of the day, just allowing you to be you
yeah,
is the gift right there, you know,
absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
and then you're going with your heart.
Yeah.
My mom, who passed away over 20 years ago now, at the time when I was looking after her, she says her only regret was not letting me do what I was had in my heart. And
Mhm.
it's sad that it happened at that time. Like she realized that when she was, you know, terminal. But,
Yes. Yeah.
it is. You need to allow your children to find themselves, to be who they are meant to be.
Yeah.
And then that way they're going to have success.
Yeah.
When you're working with your heart, you're not working a job. Like you love what you do. So it's not like work, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would also say that, to ourselves too, right? Is to
Yeah.
actually allow yourself to be yourself, whatever that
Yeah.
looks like,
Right.
right? So, yeah, every year I put together, I've done it for the last 3 years. I do a list of 100 things or more of
Yeah,
things I
cool.
want to focus on and
Yeah.
during the year. And so it can be little things, like bake a cake or make deviled eggs because I had never
Yeah.
had deviled eggs before this
Oh,
year, right?
really?
So yeah, because I was allergic to eggs.
Oh, wow.
So the more I've healed, the
Yeah.
more my body has been able to tolerate food as well.
Oh,
Because all
that's
of
fantastic.
yeah, right. Because the gut is what drives the body, right? And the
Right.
nervous system, right? So, and that's probably the other thing that sets me apart from a lot of intuitives too, is I work from a nervous system perspective. So
Right.
I go right to the root cause as opposed to things in the space in between, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so and it's about allowing myself to have silly moments where, so this year I have fly a kite and climb a tree. And I was
Cool.
like, oh my gosh, I don't know. Like, I'll be able to get up that tree. I don't know how I'm going to get down. But then I should put on my list too, to get rescued by some firefighters.
Yeah.
And then I should accomplish that, yeah, at the same time. But yeah, so it's little things like that. It doesn't matter how it looks,
Yeah.
right? So even if it looks silly or what have you. I mean, I went through that too, where even when you're home alone, so when I was really getting comfortable with me as a person, and I would dance around the house, and some people
Yeah.
do it freely, and that's totally okay. Now I do it freely.
Yeah.
But when I was first starting to dance in the house, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I feel so awkward. I feel so
Yeah.
like, thank God nobody's watching me. But I'm like, well, there's spirit watching me. I know that, like I feel like I still have an
Yeah.
audience and I feel embarrassed. And then I was like, who cares?
Yeah.
Right?
Great.
Who
Yeah, right on.
cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's excellent. I'm so
Yeah.
glad to hear you talk like that. Like more people need to kind of have fun with it, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. And one thing I do get from a lot of people is that I'm not like a typical intuitive or like I am woo woo for sure, but I'm
Yeah.
also super practical and I also am I say a lot of things that maybe people are afraid to say, or they're saying inside, like they're
Yeah.
saying it inside but haven't verbalized it, because I'm like, hey man, we're all human.
Yeah.
So we're having the same experience, some different experiences specifically, but in overall, we're all here for the same experience. So we're all
Oh,
experiencing
yeah.
something at the same time,
Oh,
right?
isn't
Yeah.
that the truth?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, I just turned 58, so it's like,
I never would have guessed.
oh, thanks.
Yeah, great
What? I look
energy.
60?
No, no, I mean, I would have never guessed. I thought 50.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Thank you.
I thought you
Oh,
weren't
that's
very
fun.
much older than me. So,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Oh, that's cool. Thank you so much.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you know what's funny is that like you think that oh, I've learned enough already. Like there's no way I can learn much
I
more,
know.
and then bam, there's something else. But it's like even today, like with technology, like my Facebook was not working, so it's like I felt like throwing the laptop, the desktop, the phone right out the window because it just
Totally.
wasn't working. But you know what? Again, I
Yes.
learned what was going on,
Yep.
so it never stops the learning. It's
No.
a constant learning experience. So, you know, like when you think about your travels to Tibet and to Nepal, right? So you're
Hmm.
constantly learning. You come home, you're constantly learning. You
Yes.
move,
Every
you
day.
dance in the kitchen, you're learning.
Yeah.
Like it's every day.
Yep.
So
And allowing yourself the flexibility to change your mind and allowing
yes.
yourself the flexibility to have choice
Yeah.
and to be like, oh, so here's a perfect example. So on my list this year, I had do a puzzle. I hadn't done a
Oh,
puzzle in
cool.
years, and it was, I think, 1,000 jigsaw piece or something like that
Okay.
is what I had on there. So I have two very good friends. They're also intuitives as well. I go down and visit them every so often, and they gave me puzzles. And I was like, okay, yep, I'll try this.
Yeah.
The puzzles definitely resonated with me. I got those puzzles home and they sat and stared at me for about a week. And I was like,
Oh,
okay, I'll do it today, right? Because I do it when I feel called. And so I sat down at the table and I'm doing this puzzle, and every piece I could feel like I felt like I was pushing against the grain. And I'm like, you know what? I am not wasting my time and energy on this. I am not enjoying this at all.
yeah.
At all. So done. And so I did it, right?
Yeah.
In the sense of like I initiated it, but I didn't finish it. I didn't quit. I made the conscious choice of being like, this isn't for me, even though some
Yeah.
people are like, it's a puzzle. Why wouldn't you finish it? Well,
Yeah.
why would I finish it? I don't have
Yeah.
to,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. You know, Especially like 1,000 pieces.
Yeah.
Like that takes time. And I mean, it takes you a whole week to sort through the stuff before you can actually start putting it together,
Yeah,
you
and
know?
I'm very much focused on I want to do things that bring me joy. And
Yeah.
it was like, you know what? This is not lighting me up. This is not I'm not enjoying this, so I'm not going to finish it just for the sake of finishing a puzzle.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that time and I'm going to do something else.
Yeah.
So,
Right
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
That's cool. Hey,
Yeah.
listen, so where are you going with your business? I want to hear more of what's coming for you.
Oh my gosh. Well, this has part of been the learning curve. So,
Okay.
as I mentioned earlier, so I currently still work for the federal government,
You're
but I
right.
got my layoff notice in January out of
Oh,
nowhere. And I've been
okay.
there for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, and then I have my business. And so I was already doing my business full time.
Right.
So I was working basically two full-time jobs. So now it's nice, like things are slowing down at transport because I work for Transport
Okay.
Canada. And so now I have a little bit more time to invest into the business and everything like that. So I don't know what the next year looks like for me. I know that I'm coming at a hiatus and I'm doing, I think it's the Day of the Dog, but people might know it as Petapalooza, I think, in
Oh,
Calgary. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
That's
I'm doing
cool.
that in July. And yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm not quite sure, but
Oh, wow.
there's there's definitely some creativity, like some creative thoughts going on, and also creating a different type of community. So again,
Yeah.
that's related to my list, and it's called Living the List Life. And
Oh, good.
so yeah, there's a part of me that really wants to help coach people through that.
Yep.
Yeah, so I have no idea. We'll see. I'm open. And that's where universe, I'm like, okay, right? I'm going
Yeah.
back to school as well.
Oh,
But that's yeah, to get my degree in communications. But um yeah, so I don't know, we'll see, right? I sit here and I'm like, okay, universe, I know I'm taking the actions and I'm taking the steps. I'm intentionally trying to slow down as well and not do so much doing because
yeah.
so yeah, we will see. We will see.
Oh, I can't wait to hear all about it. So at the end of every podcast, I ask my guests, what are you grateful for?
Oh wow. Ooh, this one is like got me in the feels a little bit. Um, there's so much. I know this might sound kind of silly, but it's honestly my relationship and faith with spirit, knowing that being supported
Yeah.
and just everything that I have in my life is chosen, right?
Okay.
So that goes from the people and everything, right?
Yeah.
So it really comes down to those connections, right? Connections. I'm
Yeah.
so grateful for those because
Yeah.
that's what really fills my heart, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. Well,
Yeah.
I'm extremely grateful to have you here today with me. It's been wonderful
Yeah.
and our time went so fast. So
I
I
know.
have,
I can't believe it's done already.
yeah, after we say goodbye, I'm gonna book you in again.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely. Oh yeah, we'll get it in the calendar today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And I look forward to you coming back.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline. I really appreciate it
You're
too.
welcome. My pleasure.
Thank you for joining us for another soulful conversation on the Three Moons, Three Souls podcast. We are deeply grateful to our incredible guests for sharing their wisdom, experiences, and stories, and to you, our listeners, for being part of this growing spiritual community. Your support, kindness, and presence mean more than words can express. We would also like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our amazing sponsors whose support helps make these conversations possible and allows us to continue creating a space for connection, empowerment, healing, and inspiration. Fernbury Collective, Krylo Crystal Creations, Divine Guidance Personal Empowerment with Dale and Jeannie Hogue, Transformational Retreats in Cypress Hills, Lynette Waltham Energy, Nirvana 101, Trinity Empowerment Center, Red Haven Healing, Soul Sanctuary Lounge, Brandy Music Publishing Canada, Wildcat Hills Records Canada, Burke Virtual Assistant Agency, Your Waves Radiant Energy Empowerment Clinic, Bonnie Supernant Psychic Medium and Author, Soul Divinity Healing and Art. If today's episode resonated with you, please remember to follow, share, and leave a review so we can continue reaching souls who may need these messages and conversations. Until next time, may you walk gently, trust your intuition, honor your journey, and continue shining your light. Blessings from all of us at the Three Moons, Three Souls podcast.